capability in the face of what Pretoria saw as a Soviet and Cuban threat in the region.
It was never the intention to use the devices, and from the outset the emphasis was on deterrence.
The president said South Africa had never conducted clandestine nuclear tests, in spite of reports of a flash in the Indian Ocean in 1979. He said 6 weapons were developed, each the equivalent of the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima. The order to end the project came in 1989 when the communist threat subsided. Now, he said, South Africa's facilities were open to international scrutiny.
South Africa's hands are clean, and we are concealing nothing.
At a news conference this evening, the president, when asked why over the years the government had lied, replied that Pretoria had neither confirmed nor denied anything about South Africa's nuclear capacity. The idea was to generate uncertainty.
That in itself had a tremendous deterrent value, was the evaluation, and it is for that reason that that reply was neither in the positive nor in the negative.
President de Klerk argued that public disclosure on the nuclear issue would help to restore international confidence in South Africa. He also argued that that same confidence required something else, an end to the violence that continues to undermine the political reform process in this country. The president announced plans for the call-up of security reinforcements to patrol trouble spots like Natal and Transvaal, and for a vote in Parliament on whether or not the death penalty should be restored. He would vote yes. The president revealed that 18 members of APLA, the armed wing of the Pan-Africanist Congress, which has claimed responsibility for the recent killings of whites, had been arrested. And he insisted that parties claiming the right to help shape the new South Africa had to abandon the armed struggle.
There will remain a small lunatic fringe to the left and to the right who will try to continue with this. But all South Africans can and should be unified against the threat of violence.
An appeal for unity, which doesn't come easily to South Africa. John Harrison, BBC News, Johannesburg.
Here, clean, it was concealing nothing. But as our defence correspondent Jeffrey Archer reports, some questions remain unanswered.
South Africa is well known for the size of its conventional weapons program, but its government admitted today it had developed nuclear weapons too, because of a fear of communism in the 1970s. At huge nuclear plants, just 6 bombs were built, they say, and they've now been dismantled. International inspectors think South Africa had materials for up to 20 bombs and will try to check the weapons program has stopped fully. President de Klerk said having the bomb became a liability.
The nuclear deterrent had become not only superfluous, but in fact an obstacle to the development of South Africa's international relations.
It's thought South Africa developed her bombs with help from Israel. The fact that nuclear knowledge can be passed so easily from one country to another is a cause for growing concern. America, Russia, China, Britain and France are the official nuclear powers, but Israel, India and Pakistan are known to have the weapons too. South Africa, Argentina and Brazil were developing the bomb, but say they've abandoned it. Iran and Algeria are suspected of concealing weapons programs. Iraq still aims to be a nuclear power, and North Korea is getting very close. North Korea has blocked international inspection of certain nuclear facilities and wants the bomb in case Japan one day becomes a nuclear power. Experts fear the danger of nuclear weapons being used one day is growing.
I think the biggest problem is not so much countries acquiring them, but as the number of countries gets bigger, then subnational groups will inevitably get hold of the materials and the technology. Yes, I think we're in big trouble.
And as Russia teeters on the brink of disintegration, all eyes are on the tens of thousands of nuclear warheads there, and whether the Russian military can keep them in safe custody.
President de Klerk also announced today that he's mobilizing military reservists to crack down on political violence in the country. The president said he would give Parliament a chance to vote soon on reversing the moratorium on hanging for murder.